Exactly 1 year ago, I had no idea I would be in the position that I'm in today, making 6 figures with YouTube. Crazy, right? But actually, it's not that crazy, and I think you can do it too. Because I didn't use any fancy ads, I didn't use any fancy equipment. In fact, I was probably the scrappiest YouTuber you know, and I have 3 children. And I did it with only 4 hours a day to work on YouTube, kid-free. So if I can do it, you can do it. So today I want to share my top 8 lessons that I have learned on this wild journey that will help you to get where you want to go faster, with less mistakes, and build the business you're dreaming of. So let's get to it. The first lesson, hustle. Hustle even when it's not perfect. Because here's the thing, and I absolutely love this quote. Hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle. You don't have to be super talented. You just have to hustle. Before I had built my brand, before I had any systems in place, before I even had a camera, I was hustling. I was showing up, posting video after video after video. Children running through my videos, children screaming in the background, children laughing in the background, my house a disaster. I was filming videos. I was getting it done. And here's the other thing about hustling that most people won't even tell you. How do you hustle? There's 2 things you need to avoid if you want to hustle. Number 1, overthinking. Number 2, perfectionism. You cannot hustle if you're a perfectionist. Perfectionism will slow you down like a snail. There's no time to be a snail on YouTube. It is a very competitive platform. There are people flocking to YouTube every day trying to build a YouTube channel. If you show up and you hustle and you don't overthink things and you post videos and you keep looking forward and keep posting videos and try to get better with each video and try to provide value and actually care about the people on the other side of the screen, you will do well. And how do I know that those 2 things will hold you back? Because I didn't have time for those things. I have 3 children and I lost my job and I was going all in on YouTube. I didn't have time to overthink. I had 4 hours every day to work on YouTube. And you know how much I worked on YouTube? Probably 9 hours every day. When did I work on YouTube? 4 hours when they had daycare, 5 hours when they were asleep, or any moment in between when they were eating snacks or taking naps or anything like that, or playing nice together. You have to hustle. You have to find the time and devote it to YouTube to get what you want. And don't be afraid of posting not perfect videos, and don't overthink it. If you have an idea and you think it's a great idea, go for it. Run with it. If it flops, it flops. Move on. Hustle. Because all those other people on the platform that are hustling are going to leave you in the dust. So lesson number 1 is to hustle. Lesson number 2, jump before you're ready. Everything I did on YouTube, I did before I was ready. I jumped before I was ready. I jumped when I was uncomfortable. I knew that if I wanted to get where I wanted to go, I had to go out of my comfort zone. I had to do new things. I had to try new things. I had to learn new things. Everything I did was out of my comfort zone. Everything I did was jumping before I was ready with YouTube because I didn't know anything about YouTube. And the only way to learn about YouTube is to do YouTube, to take action. And that's the other thing about taking action. Clarity comes with action. If you're sitting there and thinking, I don't know what my niche is, I'm a multi-passionate person, I have all these interests, I can do this, I could do this, I could do this, do one, pick one, go for it, right? You won't know if you like that topic or speaking about that topic or sharing that wisdom of that topic with people until you take action. You might take action and realize you didn't even like that topic and you've been planning that topic for years, sitting on it for years. And then when you finally took the action, you got clarity and realized, I didn't even like this topic. You know, I heard a presentation once by Vanessa Lau. I can't remember what the presentation was, but she was talking about how before she got on to either as Instagram or YouTube or whatever it was, she wanted to do makeup tutorials. That was her thing. And she was planning and planning and planning. And then the first video she recorded, she realized how much she hates to do makeup tutorials because she didn't like putting makeup on and taking it off and teaching makeup. She didn't like it. And she wasted all that time planning for something that she didn't even like. So that's why I say jump before you're ready. Take action. Action leads to clarity. And you'll learn things and you'll learn really fast if you take action. So just jump. Pick one of those multi things that you're passionate about and pick one and go for it. And if you don't like it, pick another one. Go with that one. And learn and see what you enjoy teaching about and see where you shine. See where viewers are resonating with you and what topics they're resonating with. Because the topics that people resonate with you on are probably the topics of your zone of genius are probably the topics that you're shining bright, that you didn't even realize you had a zone of genius for that topic until you spoke about it and people loved those videos, subscribed to those videos, left likes on that video, left comments on that video. So pay attention, but you must take action. You must jump before you're ready in order to succeed on YouTube faster. Lesson number 3, learn along the way, do it fast, and don't avoid failures. When you move fast, when you are hustling and you're posting videos, you are going to make mistakes. That's inevitable. When you do something new that you've never done before, you're going to make mistakes. You can't expect to learn Spanish in a day. You can't expect to learn how to do the tango in your first tango lesson. It takes time, and you have to learn, practice, evolve, practice some more, and get to where you want to go. But it takes time, and you can't do it perfect. And there's going to be many mistakes and many failures along the way. But here's the thing with failures. The faster you fail, the sooner you'll see success, because failures and mistakes are stepping stones towards success. We need to flip in our head that failure is bad and associate it with good things. I'm so glad I have failed so much in the past year because I'm here now and I love where I am. And I will gladly have gone through those mistakes to get here. If I could have avoided them, sure, that would have been nice, but I just don't think that's possible. And the mistakes, when you learn from failures, you learn so much better than from success. I learned what not to do with failures, and that really stuck in my head because I did not want to be in that uncomfortable experience again. So you will learn really well from your failures. And again, failure is just an inevitable part of the process towards success, which leads me to lesson number 4, mindset. Mindset is everything in this game. You will have days where you get tons of views, tons of subscribers, but then you will also have days where you hear crickets, where you get nothing, where you post a video that you think is phenomenal and it falls flat. You have to have a strong mindset that what you're sharing is worth it, has worth, that people will value it. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you don't come to your videos, to your camera, to your screen, however you're recording, that with belief that you can do this, with belief in who you are and what you're saying matters and is important for helping other people, how the heck are they going to believe in you? How the heck are they going to subscribe to your channel? You must believe that what you say matters and that you can make an impact. Because if you have that strong belief about yourself, if you have that mindset of success, you will go so much further faster than if you doubt yourself. Because doubt kills dreams faster than failure ever will. So come to YouTube with the mindset of this is going to be hard. There are going to be days that absolutely are in the pooper, where you're going to work really hard on something and it's not going to do anything. When you get those negative hate comments on your channel, when you forget to upload something, or when you upload something with the wrong title or the wrong thumbnail, or you make silly mistakes because you're tired, those days are going to happen. But you have to have the mindset of it's okay. I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm going where I want to go. And all of this that I'm doing is going to get me there. The mistakes, the great days, the bad days, everything adds up to success if you keep going. So manage your mindset for success and growth. Lesson number 5. This one's really important. And it's not one we're used to stepping into. And that is go big or go home. Go all in with YouTube. This is not the time to play small. I want you to play for the big leagues. I don't want you to play for little league. This is a time when you need to stand in your strength, when you need to stand confidently in who you are and the knowledge you have and the wisdom of what you want to share with others. You have gotten to this point in life by experiencing life up until this point. You know how to get to this spot, and you can help others get to this spot behind you. So don't doubt that at all. And when you present that information, so present it from a place of confidence. Own it. You worked hard to get to where you are. Life is not easy. Own it. And be proud of what you've done and be proud of who you can help. So show up, own your space, and speak directly to those people that you want to help. And remember, you can't whisper your message and expect to make a full-time income on YouTube. You have to stand out above the noise. You have to be unique. You have to be yourself. You have to really own who you are and go for it. Go all in. Play big. Go big or go home. Number 6, this lesson is huge. And this lesson I actually learned a long time ago, but it has really played an important role in my recent success. And that is invest in others in order to invest in yourself. As many of you know that follow my channel, I have a business mentor, Harut, and he quadrupled my income within 1 month of working with him. He taught me things I didn't know how to do with my business. I knew I was sitting on opportunity. I knew I was in demand, but I didn't know what to do with that demand. And I went to him and I said, this is what's happening on my channel. This is what people are requesting from me. And my calendar is fully booked with coaching calls. What do I do next? And he laid out the plan for me. And boom, I did that plan. And now I have over $100,000 in consulting sales under my belt. Crazy, right? I could have gotten to that spot probably 5 years from now. I just don't think I would have gotten there as fast without him, because the thing with a coach is it's not just the strategies they're providing. They are providing their thinking at that level, right? They're a level up from you, or maybe 5 levels up from you, but they provide you with that wisdom and that mentality and that energy and that experience of being at that level. And so when you associate yourself with people at higher levels than you, you start to understand how they think and what they think and why they think it. And it's nothing like what you expect on your level, because no one thinks like that on your level, right? Because they're on your level. That's why you need to go outside of your level to learn from people that are higher, or not higher, but further along than you, that are at the place where you want to be. And so investing in coaches, mentors, courses, books, whatever it is so valuable for you and your growth and your success on YouTube, building a business via YouTube. So I have no problem dropping thousands of dollars on courses and mentors, because I know the ROI on that is so much higher than what I put into that. So do not be afraid to spend money on yourself. Invest in yourself. You will not regret it. And here's the thing. If you ever buy a course and you're like, this says all the same stuff as the other YouTube courses, this says all the same stuff, don't have that attitude. Have the attitude of, what can I learn from this? Even if I get one tiny new piece of information, it could change the trajectory of my life. And that's what you have to realize. One sentence, one thought, one opinion, one moment can change the trajectory of your life, can change the success or not success you have on YouTube, or lack thereof success, I should say, on YouTube, or in life in general. So pay attention and look for those golden nuggets within everything that you pay for, whether it's a course, an ebook, mentor, etc. So that would be my advice to you. Invest in yourself. And the other thing that's so cool about when you invest in yourself, you're telling your subconscious mind, I'm worth this. I am worth this course. I know if I take this course, I'll succeed. I know if I get this mentor, I will go further, because I believe in myself. And even though you're doing it on a subconscious level, when you swipe with that credit card, it soon becomes on the conscious level. And you soon start to realize, while you're taking that course, while you're working with that mentor, the potential you have within inside you and what you're capable of. And so that makes it so worth it in the end. Lesson number 7. This one I'm not so good at. I'm working on this one a lot. And that is metrics matter. Pay attention to the numbers. Your business numbers, your YouTube analytics, pay attention. Because if you pay attention to the metrics, what gets measured gets improved. And if you pay attention, you can notice patterns. You can notice what's working, what's not working, and double down on what's working and avoid what's not working, or fix what's not working. But if you never look at your metrics, you'll never know how much better you can do or which direction to go. So I would definitely say this one's short but sweet. Metrics matter. Pay attention to your analytics. Pay attention to data. Don't be afraid of data. It can help you. And another thing with the data is in the beginning of my journey, I would see videos that were doing well. And I was like, I just don't feel like doing those again. And everyone said, double down on the videos that work. Double down, double down, double down. And maybe I tried to double down once, it didn't work. So I was like, yeah, double down doesn't work. Try it again and again. And you will see that it does work. And the other thing, I was always thinking like, I don't feel like making that video. I felt like I had to feel like I wanted to make videos. I felt like I had to be in the moment. With a lot of my videos in the beginning, I made them the same day that I edited them and posted them. And I had to feel in the moment to be able to record that video. But what I realize now is I can feel in the moment when I write the outline, when I create that script. And then when it comes to batching day, when it comes to the day of filming, I can get myself in that mindset again because I control my mind and I can control my emotions with my mind. So I can step into that place, that energy of what I had and what I was feeling emotionally when I wrote that script. I don't need to be in that moment at that time of that day when I write that script and present that vision to my channel, right? I can control that emotion and bring it back if I need to and be in that moment when I film. And that took me a really long time to learn that because there were days that were just everything was going wrong and I just couldn't get a video out because I was stuck thinking, I don't feel this video right now. I would just be like, this just isn't working. But the thing that I didn't realize is that it could work. I just needed to get my mindset there. And I was holding myself back. So you need to balance, if you know anything about masculine and feminine energy, you need to use your masculine energy to get things done. But when you need to tap into that emotional side, that creative side, tap into your feminine energy and merge the two so that you can get things done in the manner and the way that you want to so that the emotions come through in your videos for that particular video. But you can schedule it in advance. You can create that emotional attachment with your videos anytime you want to. It doesn't have to be on a certain day. And lastly, lesson number 8, which people don't ever want to hear, and that's why I saved it for last, because I didn't want to lose you in the beginning. But since you're here and you're sticking till the end, I know that you are in this for the long haul and that you really want to grow your YouTube channel and feel and gain the success that you deserve. And that is give it all away for free. That's right. Give all the information you have, all the experience you have, whatever you possibly can, pour it into your channel. Give all the information away to people for free through YouTube. Now, you might be thinking, if I give everything away, why would they need me? There's going to be 2 camps. The one camp is going to take whatever you teach them, gobble it up, and then go use it and be a success, or not. But they don't require any more assistance from you beyond what you share on YouTube. And then there's going to be people in camp 2 that no matter how much information you give them, they still need you. They still need someone with accountability. They still need to talk to someone about it, be heard, be seen, and be told that their ideas are good. There's still going to be people that can't piece all the different videos together in a way that makes sense to them as a step-by-step process. But when they meet with you, you can hand them that step-by-step process. Or when they go into your course and the course is organized in a step-by-step process, right? So they will buy from you because they have all this information, but it's also information overload for some people. And some people just want advice from the person directly to help them. So don't be afraid of giving all your information away. You are like a well of information. You can't give it all away. And you're always evolving, always learning new things. So you can't feel like you're going to dry up and you're not going to have information to give people because you're constantly evolving. And every day you're getting further along and you can help people further back. So don't be afraid that you're not going to have anything extra to share if you share it all on your YouTube channel. And also don't be afraid that your competitors are going to come to your channel and steal your stuff and then go present it on their channel. Because here's the thing. How many of you have been in a relationship and you tell your partner many times something they should do? Did you know that if you drink this much water a day, you will feel hydrated, you will avoid headaches, blah, blah, blah. And your partner's like, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't resonate with them, right? And then they go to work one day and there's some dude in their office who's brought in a jug of water and he's drinking the water all day long. And he's talking about how great he feels after having all that water. And then your partner comes home and they're like, do you know what? Johnny just told me he drinks water. He looks phenomenal. He has so much energy. I'm going to start drinking water. And I'll be like, I've been telling you that for years. But they don't hear you. They need to have it packaged in a certain way. And that's because people resonate with certain people and they're more open to receiving information from those people. So even if I am saying something on my channel, tips or advice or strategies for growing on YouTube, and the person doesn't resonate with me, they will never hear what I have to say. But if I share this, someone else sees it, is doing a similar channel to mine, takes that information and thinks, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to use that on my channel and I'm going to share that video. And they could even share verbatim what I said. And that person resonates with them and their story. They will hear that information. And to that, I say, awesome. Because the ultimate goal is to help people, right? So if I'm helping someone indirectly through someone else's channel with my information, awesome, because they would never have heard it from me, but they actually got it from me indirectly, right? And I think that's fantastic. So don't be afraid of that, because all of us have our unique strengths. All of us have our unique personalities, and people resonate with different people. So if that person over there that got it from that other channel, maybe they're a 55-year-old man who resonates with that guy because that guy is a single father and has 2 kids and just lost his job, and so did he, right? And so he resonates with that guy. He trusts what that guy has to say. He can't relate to a 45-year-old woman with 3 kids and living in Finland or whatever it is, right? He hears things better from men than he does from a woman. Nothing against him, nothing against me. All fine, right? So don't be afraid to share your content and be worried that someone's going to steal it. Steal away. Use my content. If it helps you get somewhere better than where you are today, go for it. I think if you look at all the top performers, none of them are scared of someone stealing their stuff. They're like, good luck, go for it, right? Because they know what they have. They know what they bring to the table, and they know what they can offer people. I know what I bring to the table. I do not have a scarcity mindset. And I think having a scarcity mindset will only hold you back. Worrying that you're going to give information to your competitors will only hold you back. It's a waste of time and energy. What you need to focus on is your path, what you need to do to get where you want to go. That's what you need to focus on, and that will get you where you want to go. And so hopefully these lessons were helpful for you. If you are a new YouTuber, I do have a video. It's like a mini masterclass that I'll have come up on the screen now that walks you through how to get started with YouTube and all the stuff you should do to get started with YouTube the right way. And I definitely recommend watching that if you want to jump onto YouTube. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.